Hello everyone, this is Jag. In this video, I'm going to share 7 tips on how to plant and grow garlic for huge harvest. Now before we begin, I must cover when to plant garlic. Now if you're in an area where you get light frost and no snow, you can plant garlic in fall, which is anywhere from September to November. Now here in California, we actually had much extreme summer this year and we had higher temperature all the way up till October. So I am actually planting my garlic the first week of November, which is pretty late, but I go by weather and season. So it doesn't matter what the month is. So you should always follow what your weather and your season is like. So when you plant your garlic cloves, just make sure you plant your garlic at least 8 weeks before the first frost. We get frost near Christmas at the end of December or in early January. So I'm planting these garlic cloves in the 1st of November, which is the cutoff time to plant garlic for me. Now, good thing about garlic is that garlic is frost resistant. So if you do get some light frost, garlic will make it through the winter. However, if you do get snow and you have a much colder climate, you must plant your garlic in spring. So if you're in Alaska, northern states, or in Canada, you must plant your garlic in early spring after the first frost. And you can grow garlic all the way through summer and harvest in fall. Garlic needs at least 7 to 9 months to grow. So if the temperature does not stay above 50 degrees Fahrenheit in that 7 months, garlic will not grow. So make sure your climate will support that. So tip number 1. First of all, you want to start off with big cloves. Smaller cloves will not produce big bulbs. And I made a separate video on the complete guide on growing garlic. In that video, I planted smaller cloves and bigger cloves, and I did a complete experiment on which cloves produce bigger bulbs, and it was the bigger cloves that produce bigger bulbs. So always start with bigger cloves. So I got all of these garlic cloves to plant, and I've got quite a few big garlic cloves. So this will be really good planting. Tip number 2. Plant your garlic in a raised bed or on mounds or berms. Garlic likes very loose soil. It likes organic matter and very loose soil to develop bigger bulbs. I made a video on how you can make your own hot compost. Check the video out if you're interested. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. So I have this berm prepared and already watered for planting these garlic bulbs. Last year I planted my garlic bulbs in raised beds, and that works really well as well. So either you plant on these berms or raised beds, just make sure you have loose soil. Tip number 3, plant spacing and row spacing. And for that, all you need is a thumb and a hand. Garlic should be planted thumb's length deep and a hand's length apart, which is about 2 inches deep and 6 inches apart. Planting garlic too close will result in smaller bulbs. So make sure your garlic is spaced at least 6 inches apart. Now to plant garlic, I actually don't use my thumb. I use a bamboo stick like this one. It makes it much easier to plant garlic. Tip number 4. Plant the pointy side up and the flat end down. Many people make that mistake. They actually plant the pointy end down. That's where the shoot comes up. So always plant the pointy side up. Number 5, watering. Now, garlic likes moist soil, so keep your soil moist at all the times but not waterlogged. That's why planting on mounds or in raised bed helps as well. It provides good drainage too. However, in California, we do get lots of rain in winter here, so I hardly water my fall garden or my winter garden. We haven't had any this year, so I'll be watering my garlic as I plant it, and as soon as it starts getting rain, I'll back off on watering. I made a separate video on how much and how often to water your plants, which depends on many factors such as your soil and your temperature. So check that video out if you're interested. Number 6, mulching. Now garlic benefits from mulching very well. It protects the garlic plants from the cold. If you're planting garlic in fall, you can always use dead leaves, which are fallen leaves from the trees. You can use those to mulch your garlic plants. However, if you're planting garlic in spring, you can use grass clippings. However, make sure you don't have any seeds in your grass clippings, otherwise you will have grass growing in your garlic. Tip number 7, if you see any flower spikes or buds on your plant, just pinch them off. They're only going to suck energy from the plant and the garlic bulbs will be much smaller. So, when will you know when to harvest garlic? When the plant is fallen over and it's half dried, you'll know garlic is ready to harvest. And last year we actually harvested lots of garlic from only 4x4 area. And I do have a complete video on growing garlic as well. I hope you can follow all of these 7 tips to grow lots of garlic. I hope I kept it short and you got a lot of information about it. And I'll see you in another video.